Welcome to mathematics class, matrices, part 17. In continuation with the last class, let us practice some more problems of Gauss-Jordan method. Which is very important matrix method for solving system of equations. This is the fifth problem in the exercise. 2x minus y plus 3z is equal to 9. X plus y plus z is equal to 6. X minus y plus z is equal to 2. Solve these system of equations by using Gauss-Jordan method. Gauss-Jordan పద్ధతిని ఉపయోగించి ఈ సమీకరణ వ్యవస్థకు సాధన కనుక్కోవాలి. ముందుగా we have to write augmented matrix సర్వమాత్రిక రాసుకోవాలి. XYZ గుణకాలు స్థిర పదాన్ని తీసుకొని augmented matrix రాయాలి. First, the coefficients of XYZ and constant in the first equation write as the first row, and the coefficients of XYZ constant of second equation as second row, XYZ coefficients of XYZ and constant in the third equation as third row. 2 minus 1 3 9, 1 1 1 6, 1 minus 1 1 2. This is the augmented matrix. It is very easy to write augmented matrix, but you should take care while writing the numbers. If you take wrong number, the entire thing will go wrong. So utmost care should be taken while writing the numbers. So after writing augmented matrix, as I explained in the previous class, in step 1, we need to convert the two elements of C1, column 1, second element and third element as zeros. This is in first step. So first, to convert second element, that is second row element as 0, we take the help of R1. In step 1, the R1 is constant. We are not changing the R1 and we have to change R2, R3. With the help of R1, we have to prepare a suitable row transformation formula so that the second element of R2 will become 0 with the help of R1. So take two elements R2, R1, R2, R1. So 1 and 2, take 1 and 2 and first make them equal, then put minus or plus in between so that the result becomes 0. So 1 and 2, so 1 multiply with 2, they become equal, and by subtracting we get 0. So the transformation is 2R2 minus R1. 2R2 minus R1 is the row transformation. So by this, the first element of second row becomes 0. So this is the R2. We are changing second row with this formula 2R2 minus R1 and write the R1 elements as it is. We are not changing the first row. So take down as it is 2 minus 1, 3, 9. And R2, we are changing R2 by using this formula 2R2 minus R1. So So first element becomes 0. And apply the same formula for second elements, that is R2 1, R1 minus 1. So substituting R2 value 1, R1 value minus 1 in this formula, 2R2 minus R1. So R2 1 and R1 minus 1. So 2 into 1, 2 minus into minus plus 1. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. And for third elements, take 1 and 3, substitute in this formula 2R2 minus R1. So 1 and 3, 2 into R2 value is 1 minus R1 value 3. So 2 minus 3, that is minus 1. The third number of second row minus 1. And apply the same formula for fourth number of second row, that is 6, 9. So 2 into R2, R2 value 6, R1 value 9, 2 into 6 minus 9, 2 into 6, 18 minus 9, 2 into 6, 12 minus 9, that is 3. So R2 changes as 0, 3 minus 1, 3 by applying this row transformation. Next, we have to change R3 also. Our intention is we have to convert the first element of R3 into 0. For that, we need to prepare a suitable row transformation row formula. So R3, you take R3 number and R1 number. R3 element, R1 element, 1 and 2, and make them equal, 2 into 1. So, and subtracting, they become 0. So the transformation is 2R3 minus R1 for R3 also. So applying this formula, R3 first element becomes 0. Apply the same formula for second elements, that is minus 1 and minus 1. Substituting 2 into R3 value minus 1 minus R1 value also minus 1, minus into minus plus, 2 into minus 1 minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So third element of R3 becomes minus 1. And applying the same formula for 1 and 3, 1 and 3. So 2 into 1 minus 3, 2 minus 3 minus 1. And apply the same formula for fourth elements, 2 and 6. So 2 and 1. R3 value 2, R1 value 9. 2 into 2, 4 minus 9 minus 5. So R3 changes 0 minus 1 minus 1 minus 5. So this is first, in first step, we have to convert in first column second and third elements as zeros. So for each element, we need to prepare a row transformation, a formula. So in step 1, R2, R3 in C1 become 0. So after converting 2 zeros in column 1, in next step 2, we have to convert R1 second element, R3 second element as zeros. That is, in second column, we have to convert first and last element zeros. So remember that in step 2, the R2 second row, no change in second row. We have to take down the second row as it is while converting this second column first and last elements. So in second row, we are not changing. So we have to make use of this second row elements. So first we have to prepare a suitable formula so that the required element becomes 0. So we want to make -1 0, take -1 with the help of 3. So -1, 3, take two numbers. First make them equal by multiplying -1 with 3. So that is 3 into R1 plus R2 is the required formula. So the first row is changing with 3R1 plus R2, and -1 becomes 0, and applying the same formula for 2 and 0. So R1 place you take 2, 3 into 2, 6, R2 plus 0, 6 plus 0, 6. And 3 minus 1, substitute in this formula, R1 as 3, R2 as -1. So 3 into 3 plus -1, 9 minus 1, 8. And take 9 and 3, substitute, R1 as 9, R2 as 3, 3 into 9 plus 3, 9, 3 into 9, 27 plus 3, 30. So this R1 changes as 6, 0, 8, 30. Then R2, no change, write as it is, 0, 3 minus 1, 3. Next, we have to change R3. In step 2, we have to change R3, R1 and R3. So now, in R3, we have to make second number -1 as 0 with the help of 3. Take -1, 3 and prepare a formula. First, make them equal by multiplying -1 with 3. So that is 3R3 plus R2 is the required transformation. Using this 3R3 plus R2, -1 becomes 0, and apply the same for first 0, 0. If you take R3, R2 zeros in this formula, that is you get 0 only. And for third elements, -1, -1. So R3 -1, R2 -1, 3 into -1, -1, -3, -1, -4. And last fourth elements, -5 and 3. 3 into -5, -15 plus 3 is -12. So the third row changes as 0, 0, -4, -12. So this is step 2. So after the step 2, we need to convert the third column 2 elements, first 2 elements as 0. So we need to convert 6 zeros. In first column, 2 zeros, second column, 2 zeros, third column, 2 zeros. So in first step, we convert 2 zeros in first column. In second step, we convert 2 zeros in second column. In third step, we convert 2 zeros in third column. So if you follow this procedure, it will be easy for you to get the required final form. So in third step, third row, no change. We make use of third row elements while preparing the formula that is suitable row transformations. So we need to change 8 as 0 with the help of -4. That is R3. So take 8 and -4 and prepare a formula so that it becomes 0. So 8 minus 4, first make them equal. So multiply -4 with 2, both becomes 8 and -8. If you add, they become 0. The formula is R1 plus 2 R3. R1 plus 2 R3. Applying this formula, 8 becomes 0. In place of 8, that is third number in R1, you write 0. And then apply the same formula for other elements. 6, take 6 and 0. So in place of R1, 6, R3, 0, you get 6 only. Take 0, 0, you get 0. 30 minus 12. So 30 minus 12, 30 plus 2 into minus 12, 30 minus 24, you get 0. So R1 becomes 6006. And R2 also, we have to convert minus 1 into 0. Take minus 1 and minus 4, R2 and R3. Let's make them equal by multiplying R2 with 4. 4 into R2 minus R3 is the required formula. 4 minus R2 minus R3. So by applying this formula, minus 1 becomes 0. You write 0 in place of minus 1. That is third element of second row. And apply the same formula for other elements. You take 0 and 0. That is 0 only. 3 and 0. So 4 into 3 minus 0. 4 into 3, 12. And last 3 into minus 12. So 4 into 3 minus 12. Minus plus 12 plus 12. 4 into 3, 12 plus 12, 24. The second row becomes 0, 12, 0, 24 by applying 4 R2 minus R3. So after changing the R1 and R2, we get 2 zeros in third column. So the converting zeros is completed. So all these 6 zeros, after getting 6 zeros, the next step, convert the diagonal elements into 1. So 6 dividing by 6, 12 dividing by 12, minus 4 dividing by minus 4. So the first row divide with 6, second row divide with 12, third row divide with minus 4, so that the diagonal becomes 1, 1, 1. So entire row 1 dividing with 6, 1, 0, 0, 1. And entire second row dividing with 12, you get 0, 1, 0, 2. And entire third row dividing with minus 4, you get 0, 0, 1, 3. So this is the final form of augmented matrix, which is in the form of 1, 0, 0 alpha, 0, 1, 0 beta, 0, 0, 1 gamma. So in this, the first value x, second y, third z. So the solution for this is the sadhana x value 1, y value 2, z value 3. So in this way, we find the solution for the given system of simultaneous equations in Gauss-Jordan method. Now let us take one more problem from the exercise. So this is very important method. So as many problems as I am trying to explain for you, so that there will not be any confusion in this method. So now this is the seventh problem. 2x minus y plus 3z is equal to 8. Minus x plus 2y plus z is equal to 4. 3x plus y minus 4z is equal to 0. Solved by using Gauss-Jordan method. So as usual, first we have to take augmented matrix. The first row, coefficients of x, y, z and constant 2, minus 1, 3, 8. And in second equation, coefficients of x, y, z and constant minus 1, 2, 1, 4. And in third equation, coefficients and constant of x, y, z 3, 1, minus 4, 0. So writing augmented matrix very simple. Everybody can write it. No difficulty in writing augmented matrix. So after that, in step 1, we need to convert the first column, second, third elements into zeros. So for in step 1, the R1 is same. So we need not change the first row. So write first row as it is, 2 minus 1, 3, 8. Only we have to change R2, R3 in first step. So that first element, first elements in R2, R3 become 0. So For that, we need to prepare a suitable row transformation. So first, let us take R2 and R1, that is -1, 2. They are not equal. So multiply -1 with 2, they become equal. And if you add them, you get 0. So 2 into R2 plus R1 is the transformation, is the formula. So by using this transformation, this formula, applying this formula for all the elements of R2, so you get the changed numbers. So -1 becomes 0. And apply the same formula for 2, taking -1, 2, -1. R2 value 2, R1 value -1. And substituting in the same formula, 2R2 plus R1. 2 into R2, R2 value 2, and R1 value -1. 2 into 2 -1, 4 -1, 3. So in place of 2, it becomes 3. And take 1, 3. In place of R2, 1, R1, 3. 2 into 1 plus 3, 5. 1 becomes 5, third number. And 4, 8. We have to change 4 also. So in place of R2, write 4, 2 into 4, 2R2, 2 into 4, plus R1, 8. 8 plus 8, 16. 4 becomes 16. So second row elements changes by applying this row transformation as 0, 3, 5, 16. Now we have to convert 3 into 0. So for that you take 3 and 2, R3 and R1. So R3 value 3, R1 value 2. Take these two numbers 3 and 2. First make them equal. How do you make them equal? Multiply 3 with 2 and multiply 2 with 3. 2, 3, 6. 3 into 2, 6. So 2 into R3, 3 into R1. And subtract them, you get 0. So 2R3 minus 3R1 is the row transformation for the R3. So that the first element becomes 0. So 3 in place of 3, 3 becomes 0 by applying this. And apply the same for second elements of R3, 1 and -1. So in place of R3, write 1. In place of R1, write -1. So 2 into 1 minus 3 into -1. 2 plus 3, that becomes 5. 2 plus 3 becomes 5. So 1 becomes 5. And next, third, -4, 3. 2 into -4 minus 3 into 3. So -8, -9, -17. And last, you take 0, 8 and substitute in 2R3 minus 3R1. 2 into 0 minus 3 into 8, that is -24. 2 into 0, 0 minus 24. So R3 becomes 0, 5 minus 17 minus 24. So here, 2 zeros in first column. In first step, we got 2 zeros. So in next, second step, we have to convert 2 zeros in second column, that is the first number and last number. So remember that in middle number, no change. That is second row, no change. So we have to change zeros in first row and third row. So let us make a formula for first row so that second element becomes 0, -1 becomes 0. you take -1, you have to prepare a formula by taking that number which you want to make 0. సో ఏ నెంబర్ను జీరోగా మార్చాలో ఆ నెంబర్ను తీసుకోవాలి. -1 జీరోగా మార్చాలి. దేంతో మార్చాలి? R2తో మార్చాలి. R2 అంటే సెకండ్ రోలో దాని కరెస్పాండింగ్ ఎలిమెంట్ 3 ఉంది. సో -1 3. First make them equal. You multiply -1 with 3, that is 3 into R1. -1 is R1. So by adding them, -3 plus 3 becomes 0. 3 R1 plus R2 is the formula. So 3 R1 plus R2 is the suitable formula. By applying 3 R1 plus R2, the entire R1, the first row elements changes accordingly. So in -1 place, it becomes 0. And in 2 place, you take 2 and 0. It becomes, so 3 into R1, 3 into 2 plus R2 0. That becomes 6. You take 3 and 5. So 3 into 3 plus 5. 9 plus 5, 14. 8 and 16. If you take 8 and 16 and substitute in R1, R2. 3 R1, 3 into 8 plus 16. 24 plus 16, 40. The first row elements changes as 2 becomes 6, -1 becomes 0, 3 becomes 14, 8 becomes 40 by applying 3 R1 plus R2. And second row, no change, right? Second row as it is, 0, 3, 5, 16. And for third row, we have to change. We have to change 5 into 0. So for that, we need to prepare a transformation, a formula. So you take 5 and 3. That is R3 and R1, R2. So 5 and 3. So first make them equal. Just cross multiply. You multiply 5 with 3 and 3 with 5. So they become equal. 3, 5, 5, 3. And subtract, you get 0. So 3 R3 minus 5 R2 is the transformation. Applying this transformation, the entire third row changes. So in place of 5, you get 0. So in place of first 0, you take 0, 0 and substitute in this formula R3. In place of R3, 0, R2, 0, you get 0 only. So take -17 and 5. So -3 into -17 minus 5 into 5. R3 -17, R2 5. You get 3 into -17 -51, 5 into 5 -25. So -51 -25 -76. So -17 becomes -76. Next, -24 and 16. -24 and 16. So 3 into -24 minus 5 into 16. 3 into 24, 72. 5 into 16, 80. -72 minus 80 minus 152. Third row, 0, 0, -76 minus 152. So the entire first row can be divided with 2 so that it becomes small numbers. So dividing in the first row with 2, you get 6 by 2, 0 by 2, 14 by 2, 40 by 2 as 3, 0, 7, 20. R3 as it is. And dividing R3 by -76. So 0, 0, -76 by -76, you get 1. -152 by -76, minus will get cancelled. And 76 into 2, 152. So you get 2. So in next, we have to convert third column 7 and 5, first number, second number as 0. So we have to convert 7 into 0, 5 into 0. So in third step, no change in third row. R3 is not changing. Only we have to change R1 and R2. So third element in R1, third element in R2. So for that, you prepare a formula. 7 should become 0 with the help of 1. So R1 with the help of R3. 5 become 0 with the help of R3. You take 7, 1 and prepare a formula. 7, 1. First, make them equal. You multiply 1 with 7. That is 7 into R3. 1 is R3. So R1 minus 7 R3, you get 0. So this is the formula R1 minus 7 R3. So 7 becomes 0. In place of 7, you write 0. Applying the same formula for 3 and 0, 3 only. 0, 0, 0 only. 20 and 2. R1 is 20 minus 7 into R3 value 2. 7 to the 21. 20 minus 20. 20 minus 21. 20 minus R1 minus 7 R3. 27 to the 7 into R3 2. 14. 20 minus 14, that is 6. So R1 minus 7 R3, you get the entire first row 3006, and you have to make 5 also as 0. You take 5 and 1. So 5, 1, make them equal. Multiply 1 with 5. 5 into 1, 5. So subtracting, you get 0. R2 minus 5 R3 is the transformation for second row. So this 5, in place of 5, you get 0. And apply the same formula for other elements. That is 0 and 0. R2 0, R3 0, you get 0 only. 3 and 0, you get 3 only. 16 and 2. R2 16, 5 into R3 2. So 5 into 2, 10. 16 minus 10, 6. So 0, 3, 0, 6. 16 minus 10 here. You can calculate in rough. So third row, no change, right as it is, 0, 0, 1, 2. So after becoming 6 zeros, after making all these 6 zeros, so first column 2 zeros, second column 2 zeros, third column 2 zeros, then the diagonal should become 1. So 3 divided by 3, the R1, you divide the R1 elements by 3, 3 by 3, 0 by 3, 0 by 3, 6 by 3. You get 1, 0, 0, 2. So in R2 elements also divide with 3, 0 by 3, 3 by 3, 0 by 3, 6 by 3. You get 0, 1, 0, 2. And third already 1 is there, 0, 0, 1, 2, right as it is. So this is in the final form 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and alpha, beta, gamma as 2, 2, 2. So after getting this final form, the solution for this equation is x value 2, y value 2, z value 2. So in this way, in 3 steps, first we make zeros and then the diagonal ones, so that it takes this final form. So that conversion is very important. Taking the augmented matrix and using suitable row transformations, make the zeros and then ones, so that that becomes in this form 1 0 0 alpha 0 1 0 beta 0 0 1 gamma. So in this, the last column alpha beta gamma will be the solution for the given simultaneous equations. So I hope you understood. So practice more number of problems. So as many problems as you can from the exercise and from the text solved problems. So by simply taking one or two problems, you will not become perfect. So more number of problems, you become more perfect. So to prepare your own notes, follow the chapter from the beginning, from part 1 to part 16, so that it will be easy for you. Those who missed any part, you can get it and you can watch it. So if you have any doubt, you can watch it as many times as you can, as you want. So after that, you prepare your own notes, then practice some other problems. So in that way, practice makes man perfect. And conduct your self-assessment tests in weekends, so that you come to know how much you are able to reproduce. So this is one of the best chapters in the syllabus, very big chapter. It covers almost 22 marks in the exam. And it is also one of the easy chapters as students' point of view. So you follow all the videos, prepare your notes and practice some more problems, so that it becomes easy for you. So with this, I would like to conclude. So thank you. Thank you for watching this video.